Hello, everybody. How are you guys doing? And I'm so excited to talk to you about the doTERRA BOGO starting in India this coming week. And many of you may be new to the team and have not experienced what BOGOs are and or want to know how you can take advantage of BOGOs to be very, very effective in growing your business. I know here in the United States, a lot of people go through and use BOGOs to rank advance, and it really is a good example of how we are as promoters. That really is what our job is that we are promoters of these beautiful essential oils. And sometimes people say, I don't need more oils. I have a lot of these oils already. And I would like to actually challenge you to see how you are using those oils in your business. So let me go ahead and share my screen here. And I hope this shows up because I know that sometimes it doesn't. I think you can see it, right? So let's see here. We want to go into presentation mode. Here we go. So yeah, it really takes a lot of self generating enthusiasm and excitement about the BOGOs. And there's a leader here in our town that's on a cross leg with our upline, and she does an amazing job promoting BOGOs. I love what she does. She actually will have a BOGO party at the end of the week or after people receive their BOGOs to learn how to use those exact oils. She will have what she calls a pickup party. So maybe she will actually have people order the BOGOs from her so she can strategically place those orders on her downline. So let's go ahead and just take a look exactly at what BOGOs are. BOGO stands for buy one, get one. And throughout the year, doTERRA does about 3 different BOGOs, springtime, summertime, and fall. And in the United States, this is our Thanksgiving week coming up. And usually, doTERRA always has a BOGO that week. They'll do one around Easter, and then which is in the springtime, and then the summertime. Again, so in India, they're probably not going to fall on the same days, and they won't be the same pairings. How do you know when there's a BOGO offer? Yeah, you guys, you really need to keep in step with the announcements on the Stack Team app. The Stack Team app is a really great resource. Make sure you have the notifications turned on. And because I tend to forget to go to the doTERRA India Facebook page, and I don't log into the website either because I don't have my account there. So for you guys, really keep an eye on that. I really, really am enjoying the Stack Team app notifications. It lets me know about the classes so I could start sharing those classes right away with my prospects and things like that. Um, BOGOs usually last every day of the week of one week. So Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Now, this time here in the United States, it went Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, which is unusual. I don't know why they had a shorter week and it went on Saturday. But so you really want to be mindful of the days and set your clock and make sure that you have some ideas on what's going to be happening in the coming week. Thank goodness doTERRA is getting better at actually announcing the days that this BOGO is going to be. So coming November 21st through the 25th, which will be Monday through Friday, you'll be seeing a different BOGO, a different pairing each day. So for example, Monday, it could be something like On Guard and Breathe. I don't know what it's going to be, but you buy one oil and you get that other oil for free. You can't fix your own set. It has to be what doTERRA is offering. Is a purchasing limit? Yes. Each account can only purchase up to 5 BOGOs combination per day. So, for example, Monday you could do 5, Tuesday you could do 5, Wednesday you could do 5, and so on. Will the order be counted as an LRP order? Now, in the United States, way back when, it used to be that the BOGOs were not counted as a loyalty reward offering. It is now. You need to make sure that you are signed up for the loyalty reward program. When you enrolled somebody or when you enrolled yourself, you need to go back and make sure you clicked on that purple circle box that says, I would like to be a part of the loyalty reward program, or sign me up for the loyalty reward program. If you do not and you purchase the BOGOs, it will not count for your LRPs as the overall team volume. This is really important. And you won't be getting commissions off those orders. So make sure when you're signing people up that you actually have them clicked on that LRP button. It's just a different way that India is doing it. And you think it should be automatic, but it's not. I don't know why they just don't make it automatic. It's just one of those things that some people just want to be customers and they're not going to want to order every month. Um, right now, it appears to be that if you skip a month, that you still have your LRP program going, but it's designed to go back to the zero amount. If you have points in there and things like that, you will lose those points if you did skip a month. So please be mindful of that. What's really great about these BOGOs is you could just order one, right? You don't need to have 100 PV or anything like that. So it's kind of like here in the United States, when I had my print shop, people wondered how I could just charge 5 cents for a copy. I don't know what that is in Indian rupees. Let's just say it's 7 Indian rupees. Very economical, right? And but it's per copy at a time, like per cup of coffee. When you sell a cup of coffee, all those cups of coffees do make a difference. So when you're looking at your team, you don't need to push them to go through and do 100 PV. Maybe they want to order one BOGO each day, and that will eventually total up to 100 PV. So little orders at a time are really helpful, and encourage people to take advantage of those, okay? Can you use your LRP points to buy BOGOs? No, because these are a promotion and doTERRA is actually giving you a free oil. It's actually, you can't use points to get free oils on free oils, right? So no, you cannot use your LRP points for the BOGOs. But you can purchase another item and use that during this time, okay? So I hope that makes sense. So here's how you want to take advantage of the BOGO offers for your business. First, again, as I mentioned, you want to be timing is so important. Be very mindful of the timing and the information that you're getting. Please sign up for the team app. Here's the link right here. doTERRA India Market. Um, it's actually called Stack Team App. It looks like this little icon here. If you can look over here, if you go to your app place where you purchase your apps or you download your free apps on your phone, you can actually also get an app for your desktop. I have both and they work really wonderful. I love working on my desktop computer because it's so much easier to find things for me. I don't know how you guys do everything on your phones, but and if you don't have a computer, no worries. It works just fine on your phone. Also, make sure you're connected to the social media sites. It's easy to share things on your own social media pages. Just click on that and share. doTERRA comes up with their own artwork. On the doTERRA corporate YouTube channel, this will be where you could find maybe generic information on, say, like if a BOGO is a lavender BOGO, then you can find how lavender is sourced. And it's really fun to share more information about these exotic oils. Again, also on the doTERRA India website, you'll find that information. So you want to also go through and bookmark that, okay? Um, so these are some other informations that I had on that page. You can do a screenshot of this if you'd like. Okay, so BOGOs again, we are in the business of promotion. So this is a really good practice of being able to look at how you're going to promote all the time. Like doTERRA just had their um, convention and we had all these brand new products that came out for convention. Every month we have a free product of the month for your LRP. We have a product that's discounted. We have kits that are like the Diwali gift kit was really a great offering. And you want to get really good at a system to help you understand how to take advantage of these promotions. So here this month is of course, we're past the 15th, but it was Roman chamomile. And then the product of the month is copaiba, which is the 5 mil oil. And then we have the enrollment promotion, you guys, which is the turmeric or the turmeric. If they do 100 PV, that's nothing. And they get a 15 free turmeric 15 mil bottle. It's pretty incredible. So BOGO week is actually a prime time to put different building techniques into practice. Like I was saying, you want to focus on the experience and learning aspect. So, understanding, for example, what serenity essential oils are for and how to use it, and being able to look at your team, look at your prospects and people who maybe have an issue with sleep, and maybe looking at that as the pain point of how you can go through and promote serenity and then get that lavender. Emphasizing also on how much the PV is that you're increasing in your back office and how much the free product value is. So people can use the PV, the free PV to sell as a retail profit. Boy, being able to get that lavender in inventory. There's always somebody that comes along and would like a lavender. Um, it's also a great way for you to connect to your team, calling up people, asking them how they're doing, sharing with them all the great stuff that's going on. I forgot to put in the slide presentation with the doTERRA is coming out with their tour, the post-convention tour. So you want to tell people about that. You want to review your list of prospects. Um, who are all in your prospects right now that you haven't connected with, and spend time, schedule time to get on the phone, call people and say, oh my gosh, I just came back with convention, or convention was just incredible. And they're going to be doing a post convention tour in our city. And you got to be a part of it. It's really great to hear about all the purity aspects of why our oils are so important, all the health benefits that are there, and how the new products, the facial line that's there, this allows you to build your team relationships. You want to be able to also talk to them if you have a builder or a customer, and talk to them appropriately according to where their goals are. I like to use this as a time that you can share how the business is going for you and what your goals are yourself, so you can inspire others on what you're up to. They will want to support you. If they're just a customer, they'll support you. And maybe you can use this as a time to ask them if they would do a class for you or host a class, and or if they have any leads for you that they could share with you. You want to also use this time to reach out to your builders on your team if you have them, and encourage them for taking advantage of the BOGOs and how they can save on shipping. So maybe they don't want to order. I mean, shipping in India is only 99 Indian rupees, which is crazy cheap. That's really great. Um, but here in the United States, it's a lot more than that. And so sometimes we say, if you wanted to buy a BOGO from me, um, then you need to go on and get the money from them, have them transfer the money to you, order the BOGO on your account so you get the PV points, and or be mindful about some of the areas and holes on your team that you can fill in. So this is really a benefit for everyone. It's a really great way for people to stock up on BOGO so that they can actually have a product to resell. This is a simple duplication process that they don't need to be an expert on. You can see increasing sales on your customer orders. So I love to see some of the people who have not been so active actually go on and place an order. They get excited about free product. So that's really great. The biggest part here, you guys, is it's improving your retention on your downline. So again, maybe there's people who have not ordered since they signed up. There's people who maybe uh, you haven't heard from in a while that they have been ordering, but then they kind of went dormant for a while. This will reconnect with them and actually help them maybe answer some questions that they had. maybe you got too busy and kind of left them in the dust, which is super easy to do. So this is a good exercise to be able to force you. I shouldn't say force because that's not very inspiring, but in the same way, it gives us a platform to give ourselves get ourselves on the phone and call our downline and really engage them. Okay. Um, you know, when we're talking about customers as members and stuff, this is just a really affordable way for people to see a pact in value. Sometimes you may hear people saying, "Well, I have all these oils already. I don't need any more." And say, "Well, maybe we need to look at how you're using these oils and if you're using them daily." I had a customer call me yesterday here in the United States, and she said, "Oh, I've got the worst cold. I'm so sick. I feel terrible." And I said, "Well, what oils do you have?" And she goes, "Well, I don't know what oils to use." And I'm like, "You kidding me? You've been a member for 2 years. What do you got? Go get your oils and let's talk." And she had On Guard. And I'm like, "Why are you not using your On Guard every day to build up your immune system? Why are you not using these oils? Let's get them in a habit." And, this gave me a really good chance to actually do a lifestyle overview and see how she's consuming these oils on a daily basis. Really, this is being a proactive, not a reactive program. We want people to be learning to use these oils on a daily basis. So if you hear people say, "I've got enough oils," well, they're not using them daily and they're not actually sharing, you know. And is that required? No. But at the same time, we need as leaders to be finding the excitement, creating that excitement and keeping that going. Now, this set it and forget it is for the LRP program, and in India, this doesn't work the same. So, um, you know, let's ignore this one right here, okay? And then empowered and educate to use the product. This gives you an actual great opportunity to go through and educate your downline on these products and educate your prospects. Educate yourself. Maybe you're not familiar with how Serenity works. So every day, set aside some time on what those pairings are. Study up on them. Go to the doTERRA. I usually Google doTERRA lavender education, and up will come an education page. You can learn about the benefits. You can learn where the oil is sourced, all the different things that people can use these oils for. And it's just a really great way to be incentivizing people on um, new things that they may have learned about the product. So this is really important for you to review these things and use this as an all around leaders, members, customers benefit time frame. Now, I would like to encourage you to go into your back office and you want to look at different scenarios. You want to look at the power of three, like how many new enrollments do you need to rank up? What their LRP points are. Are they on an LRP for next month? Have you talked to them about the lifestyle overview? So really sit down and look at each member. When was the last time you did a lifestyle overview with them? When was the last time you actually connected with them? When was the last time you asked them to do a class for you? When was the last time maybe you touched base with them with on a wellness concern that they have for them and their family? That maybe you could see how that's going. So this is really important. Maybe they have members that they would like to invite to the team and really encourage them to host a class. Now, also, many of us have inactive members, um, that they enrolled a long time ago, never reordered, that they're former sharers and builders, and that they're low on their loyalty reward orders and stuff. This is a good time to connect with them and see what's going on, what's the disconnect, or what's happening. Life happens, right? And this will give you a chance to actually support them as a friend and to support them as a leader, and it's not always all about the business, right? People want to be appreciated, they want to be respected. So, thank them for the business, thank them for what's going on. And, that connection is just really huge. So let's go back to this just for a second. So write down, take a sheet and write down the areas in your back office that are missing, where your goal is to grow a certain leg or a certain team member, call them up and partner with them so that that way you can actually have a plan, have a business plan during this BOGO week to ensure that there's a lot going on, okay? You know, that you can have a lot going on with them. Um, okay, so make a list of these people again, who are the new members, who are returning members, who are inactive members, who have not done a loyalty reward program, or who are not on the loyalty reward program. You know, for example, you can tell who are customers and who are not. Regardless, just change your messaging as you're speaking to them so that that way you can really touch base, right? You want to ask them what their experience is, invite them to your team members, invite them to maybe your WhatsApp group, invite them to the class. This is such a great opportunity to invite them to the post convention tour that's coming up, you guys. Um, discuss my tour. Like, did they get a healing salve? Did they get a chance to come to that? Um, what uh, what are DIYs and how they can use like a cleaning spray? Just improve the product knowledge. Use this time as a a place and time to call people and just talk about the product knowledge. And then collaborate with them, collaborate with your other builders to improve and innovate where those missing spots are, to help lift up their growth in their business. Seriously, this is really a good time to really help people rank up. And if you buckle down and this use this whole week as like a race, really seriously use this whole week as something that you can really build on and grow. I've seen people rank 2 ranks, 3 ranks. And I know that with all the hard work that you guys did in the month of October, that some of you ranked 3 different ranks just in October. It's just so inspiring. And so when you're able then to really see what you can actually have as your team, I think it's just really, really powerful. So do you have any questions so far? I see you're on there listening. Do you have any questions? You can unmute yourself if you have questions.
Yeah, Becky, I don't have any question. I'm just listening to you.
Is this informative for you?
Yeah, very much.
Oh, good. Um, yeah, so I like to talk about, you know, as you're looking at your downline and you look at, you know, what are your goals to, what is your ranking goal? Take it, write it out on a sheet. You know, I like to use that power of 3 sheet where maybe you need your power of 3 to be connected, right? So maybe you have leader 1, leader 2, and your leader 3 is just not active. And maybe this would be a good way for you to get that extra bonus. Um, we don't like to encourage ordering on other people's sites, but sometimes you're able to do this during this time, connect with them and say, hey, I know you haven't been so active. Where are your goals with your, you know, with doTERRA? Do you want to continue building with doTERRA? Is this something where um, you can actually start talking to them about their dreams and goals and re-excite that, get that going, especially coming back from convention. We have all these new insights and excitement that's happening. Maybe they don't know about the facial line, right? And maybe there's something there that even if it's not a BOGO that they order, that they could actually see something new that they don't already have, right? Um, so, so do you keep a notes? Do you keep notes on your prospects and stuff like that? There's this really great sheet. I could share that in the groups. It's called the Success Tracker. And I like to keep a binder and I put notes, names and notes on people of who are my prospects. So I do a lot of work on my social media. And so I actually have this on an Excel spreadsheet, right? I mean, I have it in the binder. I tend not to use that so much. I use it on my Excel spreadsheet. And like I came across this person who asked me a lot of questions about diabetes, or I came across this person who has something going on with their son in school. And when I see a BOGO that comes up that would be really beneficial for them, I can go back and say, hey, this is something that you might want to take advantage of. And it's a really great way. to leverage the BOGO as an exciting thing for your prospects to get them activated, to get them going. Um, there's also this fun little kit that I love to share. Using these little sample bottles, you can come up with I could share this little artwork too if you like, but it doesn't really specifically work for you guys so much because of the toothpaste and the samples that are here. But you can make a wild orange or a peppermint sample and have a little sheet that shares with them what those two benefits are. And um, and maybe you could even do that with the BOGO. Like it has to happen fast. That's what's really hard about the BOGOs. But you could do that with the product of the month, or maybe right now we have the turmeric as an enrollment bonus. And so maybe using those oils as part of the sharing uh, aspect, that you could have a couple of them in your purse when you're out and about. You can give that to them when you're talking to them. I think it's just a nice way to do that. Keep really good notes on your customers and your advocates. This is something that I like to use my notes windows in my computer. I know that a PC also has a notes window. I'm on a Mac, but every person that I enrolled, I try to keep a note on how many kids they have, when their birthday is, when their anniversary dates are, what date they enrolled, just to help me keep connected with them, um, and to uh, to have an opportunity to reach back to them. Sometimes people have family issues. Life keeps going on and on. And somebody had posted recently that their daughter was in the hospital. So I made a note of that so I can remember to follow up. When you have 1,000 people on your team, eventually it gets kind of difficult to keep all those notes handy, right? So put it in the calendar so it gives you a reminder, and following up on that. Now people go, well, I have a lot of these oils already, and I don't know why I need to order more on my BOGOs, but I like to use them as incentives down the road. Now, when I was in India, I had a whole bunch of oils that I gave out to everybody, right? And those oils were from my BOGOs. Those oils were, in a sense, free oils that I didn't, in a sense, pay for because I was able to give them out. Um, and people love that. Everybody was like, I didn't get one. I didn't get one. Everybody was really excited about that. But use them as more of an incentive. Maybe you want to talk someone who's a customer into doing and hosting a class for you. You could say, if you host a class for me and you have 3 guests, I'll give you 3 oils or 1 oil, or come up with your own incentive that would help them feel like they're appreciated for giving you a class. A lot of times we feel like the disconnect with network marketing. When I started, I felt like everybody had to do the business. And that's not true. Some people are just busy in their life. They've had some bad experiences in that network marketing. And sometimes it's really a good way to say, hey, I don't expect you to do the business, but I do know that when you start using these oils, you just can't help but share with other people. I know you know that you have people in your life that may have diabetes or may have sleeping issues or may um, blah, 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 have all these different issues. How about, would you be willing to host a class and invite them, and I will take care of them? I will be their support system. I will be, and what happened with me is my upline asked me to teach a class or to host a class. I was not going to do the business. And I was just so excited about how the digestion was working for my stomach. I was lit up, right? I invited 11 people to my class. All 11 people signed up, and they all bought big kits, and I was shocked. And then I got to thinking, oh my gosh, these people are making money off me. I want to make money. And so if you could just have them host a class, that pathway may open up for them. It may not, but at least you're getting more people to enroll and more people to talk to that's outside of your original circle of influence, right? And so having these BOGO free oils in your inventory is a really great way to uh, maybe you know that this particular host person that you want to host a class has a hard time sleeping. So, hey, I'll give you a free lavender oil, or I'll give you a free BOGO box. or excuse me, a free uh, diffuser to use for your night. Maybe they haven't bought a diffuser yet. You can kind of get creative about what's going on, but you can speak into their listening on what their needs are and be able to use these BOGOs as incentives. Any questions on that? You all good?
Becky, I don't have questions so far. If I have, I'll message you.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, we've been updating in the group, so we get a lot of information, which is very helpful. Thank you so much.
Yeah, you're welcome. You know, I just feel like there's so many great ways to take advantage of these promotions that come on, with even the not just BOGOs, but truly we are in the business of promotions. And if you can get really creative about how to promote things, there's so many different ways. You can look at promotions on having, like again, I was mentioning earlier, one of my cross legs in my team here in the United States, she does um, a post-convention party. And doTERRA is already going to do that. So you don't have to do the work. You could just, all you have to do is invite people to get them to that party, right? And for the BOGO, having a post BOGO party, if you actually have people ordering BOGOs from you, then they have a pickup party where they come to your house maybe the following Saturday. It depends on when you get the inventory into your house, right? But we had little stations where maybe Monday was lavender and serenity. So you'd have a little station over there on how to use lavender. And maybe it would be a roller bottle for lavender and wild orange or something that people can make, and then they can um, buy that roller bottle for 100 Indian rupees or something. And it just gives them a chance to start learning how to make things, maybe doing a bath salt little container where they can make their own bath salts. So having different stations and people really get excited, and it's just really fun to have like an open house type event where people can come and go in the afternoon or something. And she has such huge success doing it. It's really incredible. She lives right downtown Bellingham, and I'm like a half hour out. So it's harder for me to do that kind of an event. But if you start kind of thinking about different ways people are doing stuff, you can come up with your own ideas. Um, Actually, like for example, if you were to purchase a lavender, Serenity and get lavender free, we don't know if that's this BOGO. It's just an example. But this is, let's pretend Serenity is 23.99 Indian rupees, and you bought 5 of them because everybody loves lavender. Well, you get all this lavender, and you actually get 8,620 Indian rupees worth for free. Now, this is wholesale price. So if you were to turn around and sell at retail price, you're even actually earning more money on that. And that would be another way to look at selling samples or making samples so that you have all this extra product to have available for you to make samples. So, okay. Um, so I like to go through and use this, like I said earlier, as an example to train myself on the oil. So looking up under doTERRA Cassia education, you can learn more about this particular oil, for example. Now I know Cassia is not available in India. It's just this was a PowerPoint slide I had for United States. But learning about the benefits, do a video, do it on your social media, or even just post these little information things about the oils. It helps you get more familiar with the oils too, I think. Come up with recipes so people know how to use those oils. Um, there's like lots of really good recipes on that DIY thing too. I just can't help emphasize this enough that not only does it solidify you, but it gives you talking points when you're calling people. Did you know that there's a link generator? Um, so if you go to doTERRA Labs, or when you log into your website, there's a link generator. You actually can go through and do your member ID, and then you can click on India, and then you can click on the product. So let's say Monday will be Serenity and Lavender. You click on Serenity, and it will give you the link for people to order directly off your website as retail for Serenity. So this is a really great way to share like under WhatsApp for people to quick click on something and buy. So, I do this all the time on social media, and, it's just a really perfect way for people to just do a one-step click and not have to call you up and have you order it for you. You just have to decide on what's gonna be best for you. I try always. I don't know if it confuses people when I'm like, "Just call me and I'll order it for you," or, "Here's the link and you can buy it yourself." I just like to give people the options to make it a smooth pathway for people to order. I'm not sure in your market, in your area, what's gonna be best for you and your friends. So it's something to consider. Are you familiar with this link generator?
I have never used, but I was checking the website and I saw. I think I should try that out. It's much more convenient
Yeah,
for
and
the person to place
do
the
you work
order.
on social media?
I use, but I never update anything. I follow you. So whatever you are posting, I am aware of that.
One of the things that there's several I almost should just go ahead and do a social media class too, because one, I've been really, um, doing some network marketing training, and social media is really a powerful tool for you to become the one of knowledge. Right? And now there's this psychological thing that goes on. It's like, "Well, I don't wanna be all this attention on me," or, "I don't want people to think different of me," or, "I only do my business knee to knee, person to person, in person." Um, but I have to tell you that, especially during the pandemic, things happen where you can't meet people person to person, and if you have a lot of videos where you actually teach the class on a video, or you talk about lavender on a video, or and you have your own YouTube channel or your own Facebook channel where you do Facebook lives, it actually you start to become the one of known in India, and people will reach to you and follow you, and then you become the person that they want to be a member with. And I'm getting people like that all the time now. When I was at doTERRA convention, this is an excellent example. I You were you at convention?
Yeah,
Uh,
I was there.
yeah, I
Yeah, I
thought
was.
so. Do you remember when that guy said he had 17 enrollments that month and he was in a wheelchair?
Yeah, yeah, I saw that. I was so touched.
Yeah. So he rolled up, they rolled him up and they gave him the free oil and he talked, shook hands, and he on his way back, I was on the end of the aisle, I was second one in, and he
Mm.
stopped. He had the guy who was pushing him on the wheelchair stopped, and he said, "I've been following you, Becky." I had no idea who he was.
Oh,
He's not even on my team, right? I don't know.
okay.
"I've been following you, Becky. You had an excellent video on how to enroll people, and I really wanna thank you for that." I was shocked,
Oh,
and you never know the reach that you are and the difference that you make for people, just by doing. And so, for example, right now, it's just me and you on this call, right? And
yeah.
I have, 1,000 people in India that's on my team, and we're gonna
Yeah,
have
I was surprised that it's just both of us.
well, it's Sunday night, people have excuses, people do what they do, and this is really important to understand this. I can take this and go, "Oh, nobody listens to me," no, or whatever, right? But that's not true. The influence that you have when you're doing these videos and talking to people, the videos, they are not just for the moment, they're for a long time. And so when you're able to do BOGOs and talk about lavender and talk about serenity and why they're such a good pair, and not only does it enforce you to learn that in a different level than you've known before, but it actually puts it out there because you're putting yourself on. Uh, oh my gosh, I got to do this. Challenge yourself to do a video every day this week. And even if it doesn't bring you any sales, it actually enhanced you as someone of knowledge out there, and it will be there for a long time. And people will find it maybe 2 years later and go, "Oh my gosh, she's really smart about this," or "I wonder who she is. Oh, she's my best friend, and I didn't even know she was doing this," or something, right? You never know where it comes
Mhm.
from. And that guy, he got a picture of me later at convention, and he just really again thanked me for doing that. And that really taught me something that even though I feel like I'm alone talking to the network out there, it really has a huge influence. And that's lifting me up. And that I know when I lift myself up, I'm lifting my team up. And that just is really encouraging for me. So try it out. The best time to be doing it is when you really are just beginning and you don't have that many people maybe on your Facebook page. Um, you might want to consider doing, I don't know if you have an Instagram or if you're Facebook or whatever, but making it a public page. So you have your private one and then you have your public one.
Mm.
On my
Okay.
Facebook India, I have a
Mm.
public page. Do you know the difference? Anybody can find you when it's public, but when you're private
Mm.
page, it's kind of for family and friends, people have to
Okay.
be asked to be your friend. So on your public page, they could just follow you. I have like, 1,500 people following me. I can't remember, I haven't looked in a long time, but a lot
Mm.
of people following me on my Facebook India page. And that's incredible because then, um, you know, I know that that just keeps multiplying and multiplying, and the reach you have is far beyond your city. It's far beyond what you're creating, and
Mm.
for you to grow into those bigger ranks like presidential diamond, you're going to want to have a big reach. You're going to want to make that happen further than where you are. And so practicing with this BOGO is a really good time to push yourself further beyond what you're doing right now. And so there's this also doTERRA.canto, CANTO.com. You can actually go doTERRA.com/DMK for digitally marketing kit. And up will come this page that has all of these resources that you can actually find like a deep blue artwork, or you can find, um, different artwork in the United States, they actually have artwork done for the pairings of what the oils are. In India, I don't know who's doing that artwork yet, but you kind of get a limited artwork, right? And so sometimes what they say with social media, especially when you're doing Facebook lives or reels or Instagram reels, they kind of they disappear quickly. So you want to maybe consider doing it 2 or 3 times in the day and kind of change it up a little bit. Maybe for lavender, it'd be, oh, buy lavender, get serenity free. And then the next reel would be, here's some recipes you can use for lavender. And the next reel would be, a picture of a lavender field, or something. You can come up with whatever those things are. Here in this digital marketing kit, they have some of those reels already made. And so you don't have to spend time doing all this work. You could just make it very quick. And there's also, I'm going to stop sharing for a second and seeing if I can export out of here. I'm going to go back in to a different page here. Let's see if I can get it here. Sometimes it doesn't. There's another page called um, onedropdesigns.com. Onedropdesigns.com. And this actually is done by other essential oil people like me and you. It's not a doTERRA thing, but doTERRA allows it to happen because it's people like me and you collaborating together, and it's actually free. There are other levels of membership. You can pay for membership to get other things, but this is a nice way to get uh, social media posts, Facebook things, just pre-done artwork. Or I like to look at it for ideas. Like, here's an email newsletter idea, or here's some ebooks and guides. So just to get other ideas to help expand. Sometimes I get a writer's block where I can't think of what to do. And so it's really a fun way to find, like, here's the hair care book. you know, um, I don't know what product that they're doing. It could be, oh, it's just a recipe. So it's a hairspray recipe for a DIY. So that's kind of fun to learn how to make a hairspray recipe. So, um, you know, things like that. Does that make sense? Yeah. Okay, well, that's kind of all that I have for our BOGO, how to take advantage of the BOGOs and really enhance building your team. And I would have to say, some of the network marketing conversations are around like doing a 30-day run. And a 30-day run was just like all out, tell your family that you're going to be doing this 5-day BOGO thing. Leave me alone. I got this and this and this to do. I'm going to make sure I can schedule classes from this. I'm going to talk to all my downline. I'm going to do all these things and really create that energy so that people are really excited. And so much is going on. doTERRA's got the post convention tour. You can review the DIY classes I did. You can talk to people about what you learned at convention. Um, you can ask them to host a class. You can tell them stock up on these BOGOs. When you find a really good one, maybe you might want to stock up on the lavender, sell them retail, all that kind of stuff. So um, lots of really good stuff to do and go from there. So I'm going to go ahead and stop this recording.